Guys, what's the crack? Bitcoin with Dinny, it's Dinny here. Happy Wednesday. Look at that blue sky. I love it when we get a blue sky. You have to pull in, let tractors by. This is the beauty of living in the countryside, lads. Love it. I think crypto markets, Bitcoin, it's all getting ready to rip. And that's what I'm going to chat about this morning. I'm just on my way into the Bitcoin with Dinny office. Let me just get turned here for a second. Yeah, on my way into the office. Just have to meet the clients this morning. A couple of clients to meet. Helping them just to secure their Bitcoin. It's kind of funny. When the price of Bitcoin is ripping, I'm really busy helping people set up investment plans and pension strategies and using their, let's say if they've got a business with a load of cash in it, I'm helping them build strategies for that. And when the price of Bitcoin's just gone sideways, then I do be busy setting up, just helping people to custody their Bitcoin, helping them secure their Bitcoin. And you know, if you've got any decent amount of Bitcoin, the best way to secure it is on a multi-sig, where there's keys on, how would you describe it? I was going to say multi-jurisdiction. Multi-continents, you can have keys, okay? And you can have time locks, so you don't even have access to the Bitcoin. It can be for a week or a month. And I think that's the best way to hold your Bitcoin, because it's super secure. It's called super deep cold storage. And so that's what I'm doing this morning anyway. We're going to be building out vaults and layering in keys into a multi-sig setup. But anyway, less about that. Let's talk about price of Bitcoin. So I come on and I do loads of videos, and I try and teach people a lot about Bitcoin if you watch all the videos, of how it works and how to understand it and how to use it so you can retire early. And that's the whole thesis behind my company. This is our 5th year in business now, and it's Bitcoin with Dinny, retire early, and we leverage Bitcoin to exit the rat race, because everything I was taught about money was incorrect, everything I thought I knew about pensions was incorrect, and everything I thought about retiring and getting to retirement, it was all incorrect. So I had to unlearn all that, and that was how I truly managed to retire early. And then I just try and share that with everyone. And retiring early means different things for different people. For some people it means totally giving up work and just playing golf. And for other people it means having this ultimately rich, lavish lifestyle. And for other people it means you work, but you don't have to work. You can choose to take a month off or 3 months off if you want. And what you work on gives you joy, gives you passion, gives you fulfillment. And that's why you work. So you're working out of choice rather than out of necessity. And I really think that humans are designed to work. Men need to work. We need to be busy. We need to be at stuff. Women do, I guess. Everyone needs to be, doing stuff. Well, maybe you don't need, maybe you don't, I don't know. The chances are, if you're in the rat race and you hate work, you're probably saying, what are you talking about? Get me out of this. But I'm fortunate enough to love what I do. So, the Bitcoin is cyclical, okay? And I've studied this thing for years. Excuse me, I'm dying with hay fever. That's the drawback of the sun, but I take a bit of hay fever to get weather like this. Bitcoin is cyclical, and the price of Bitcoin moves in cycles, okay? And there's micro cycles, which are like daily fluctuations, monthly, and then there's yearly cycles, macro cycles, and Bitcoin's main cycle is based around 4 years. And some people will say it's around the business cycle, some people will think it's around the presidential cycle, and some people will think it's around its halving cycle. And coincidentally, those 3 things, they sort of happen around the same times. So perhaps it's all of them are contributing to Bitcoin and the flow of liquidity, meaning the flow of money. So where are we in Bitcoin cycle? Well, we're in year 2. I shared a video on my Instagram, and if you don't follow me on Instagram, check it out, Bitcoin with Dinny. And if you want all the longer form stuff, go to the YouTube, Bitcoin with Dinny. But I shared on Instagram one of the news anchors who was a Bitcoin skeptic and now is a massive Bitcoin believer and tries to bring Bitcoin in wherever he can when they're talking. And he was just had a chart out, and it was kind of funny. I shared it on my Instagram. It's just like highest performing asset over the last 15 years. And he goes through the years, it was Bitcoin. It's just like Bitcoin, 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 Bitcoin. And he was just shouting Bitcoin. And the way I said to people was, guys, it's pretty simple. Like, just watch this video and then like disregard everything that you've been told and just allocate accordingly. This is the history. This is what Bitcoin has done. It's been the highest performing thing. Meaning, you could have bought this coin or this stock or this gold coin or silver or palladium or a house or a business, whatever, and it wouldn't have performed as well as Bitcoin. All you had to do is buy Bitcoin. Pretty simple stuff. Everyone can do this. Okay? But on the years where Bitcoin wasn't called out, sometimes it's the worst performing stock. Okay? So generally Bitcoin has three fingers in here. I can do it with my right hand. It has 3 years where it's the highest performing asset, and 1 year when it's not. Okay? Now the irony is, the year that it's not is your biggest opportunity. Okay? The year that it's not the highest performing asset, that's your biggest opportunity. And the years that it is, that's still a huge opportunity. Okay? Because it continues. Like, Bitcoin had highs of $900. You could have bought Bitcoin a couple of years ago for $900. And that was the very top. Then it crashed from there. Well, would that have been a good idea? Today, people would love to have bought Bitcoin at 100,000. But back then, the know-alls would be like, oh, it's top, it's a bubbly, no, wait, trading analysis tells me X, Y, Z. My friend says this, all this other stuff. Okay, this is why I don't get involved in any of that. Because anyone who thinks like that, I've never met any of them who retire early. Okay, so they're waiting for Bitcoin to crash, and it crashes, well then they'll wait some more. And then when it rips, they'll pile in, and then they'll go to the next best thing, and it's just the mindset is the problem, because investing is all mindset. So Bitcoin is 3 years where it's the highest performing asset, 1 year when it's not. Where are we in that cycle? We're in the second year. Okay? We're halfway through the second year. So to me it looks pretty obvious. Bitcoin's going to do well this year, and it's probably going to do really well next year. And then the year after that possibly has a bear market. Maybe the timing is off. I don't know, I don't care. Makes no difference to me. Okay? But once you understand that, if you're going to allocate to this thing, because I get people, they contact me all the time in the Bitcoin With Dinny office, and I get emails and calls. People are like, I'm going to do it, Dinny. I'm just getting the funds together. I'm going to start. I'm like, start now. I don't care how much funds you have. Start today. Because this is the golden opportunity. You get punished so hard for waiting. Okay? That's the problem with Bitcoin. That's why I have a whole educational company. Because I can fast track your education so that you're ready to allocate. Whereas if you have to educate yourself, it might take you a year or 6 months or longer. And then you'll be nervous about your allocation. So you probably won't allocate as aggressive as you could have or you should have. Okay? And that's why Bitcoin punishes us the longer it takes us to make our moves. Because the thing is just going up. Okay? It's grabbing liquidity from everywhere. Meaning it's sucking capital out of all the other capital markets. So the longer it takes you to figure this out and make your moves, it just punishes you. It just means early retirement is pushed out a little bit more and a little bit more. But because Bitcoin is growing exponentially, early retirement for you starts to be pushed out exponentially. It doesn't matter to Bitcoin, but it does matter to us as humans, because our lifetime is finite. We only have a finite time, so therefore time is so valuable to us. And if we can get to our financial goal faster, that's a huge benefit. And if we punish ourselves with our decisions to get to our financial goal, that hurts us. Guys, thanks for being here. Just do me a favor and give the like button a little press there. I call it your daily exercise. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe. And some people say, Dinny, I can't find the subscribe button on Facebook or YouTube. And I'm just like, lads, listen, if you're in this crypto space and you can't find the subscribe button, I would just exit the crypto space, because you're not going to make it here. You need a little bit more technical awareness. So that's your test, okay? If you've right to be a Bitcoiner, is, are you subscribed to the channel? Were you able to find the subscribe button? And if you couldn't work that out, don't self-custody whatever you do, okay? Although the Bitcoin maxis will say, not your keys, not your coins, do not self-custody. Leave it on the exchanges, although that's a disaster. But I'm only having a bit of fun. So, to me, we're in year 2. Whereabouts are we in the market? Okay, where are we in terms of price action? Well, this reminds me of 2020. Around this time, in 2020, 4 years ago, before Bitcoin went on absolute tear. Okay, we were under 20k. Now remember, from there, Bitcoin had over a 3x move. Okay, and it sort of feels pretty similar here now in 2024 cycle. We've so much positive news. I don't like to bring politics into it because it's very divisive, and I don't care for politics. Personally, I try to stay away from it, because unless I'm actually going to run and get involved in it and try and do something about all the corruption, you know, if I'm going to do something about it, then I don't have to worry about it. And if I'm not going to do anything about it, well, then I don't have to worry about it. That's sort of my thesis. Or I shouldn't bother worrying about it. But Trump seems to be super pro-Bitcoin with what he's saying. He just survived an attempt. Can't say what you want to say here on these platforms, so I'll just, you know what I'm talking about. He just survived that, and the price of Bitcoin is ripping. I could go down and put my tinfoil hat on and say, well, Trump did threaten to back the dollar by Bitcoin, and that will take Bitcoin to 10 million faster than you can button up a shirt. Okay? Should that happen. So just be aware, it's called an Omega candle, it's coming, or a God candle, it will come. That's why trading options and futures and that can really harm you. I was talking to Peter Dunworth about this yesterday, and it just made such clear sense. And again, I'm just always like, yeah, Dinny, what you're doing is perfect. You know, when I talk to super experts, people who manage family offices of high net worth people's wealth, you know, and you get their opinion on, is this the exact strategy that we should use? And they're like, yeah, no, bang on, Dinny, perfect. I'm like, awesome. You know, just reinforcement for what we're doing here is perfect. Black BMW with pink mirrors stands out. So yeah, crypto's booming, but we ain't seen nothing yet, folks. Back half of this, you see, people are on holidays. I'm on holidays. I'm going up to work today, but literally in the last couple of months, I'll be honest, I've done very, very little work. I run our Retire Early club, but that's remotely. Takes very little maintenance. I just chat to the lads every fortnight on calls and that. So I haven't been working too hard. I sort of like to take the summer off and enjoy. You know, in Ireland the winters are long and dark and depressing. I don't like the darkness. I don't like the short days. I love the long days. I love the long evenings. I'd be out in the shed there tinkering away, working on my motorbikes. I love that, and I don't like the winter. So I like to take the summers off and do as little work as possible. But so do all these financial allocators of capital. Okay, they all like to go away for summer, but when they come back, there's all this capital that needs to be allocated. We've got interest rates coming down. We've got the presidential election and liquidity, money being printed into that. We've got a massive debt problem and money being printed into that. We have the perfect storm for a massive bull market. Okay, a generational chance for you to retire early if you get it right. Okay, if you make aggressive moves, not financial advice. Nothing you hear is financial advice. Can't give you financial advice. Okay, certainly not a live video. All right, but what I done, I'll just tell you what I done, is I got educated. I paid to speak with the smartest minds in Bitcoin and the crypto space. When I came to this space, paid a lot of money, over 10 grand, to go and speak to all these people, and then I made aggressive moves, and then it secured my future. It was that simple. Okay, so that's the opportunity. Don't dilly-dally. If you are thinking about setting up a pension plan, you're like, I must give Dinny a shout. Give Dinny a shout. Ruin his summer. Get him into the office. But give me a shout and let's get the thing. Because if you're going to do it and you're going to be my client, I want you to get in at the best entry. Okay, and that won't be in 3 months' time. It won't be in 2 months' time. It mightn't even be in a month. I'm not sure. Okay, because this thing's going to start ripping and tearing. My phone will be hopped out of it. My calendar will be booked up to bits. And I'll be working hard. It'll be out of choice now, because I enjoy doing it. But I'd much prefer that you actually got in and got your position sorted before all that and took advantage of the lower prices, because that will accelerate your time to retirement. If you're doing this on your own, keep her lit. Thought I knew that guy. If you're doing it on your own, fair play. Consider joining the community though. You will do better. Consider our Retire Early Club. Check it out if you want info on it. Let me know. We talk every 2 weeks on Zoom. We talk every day on WhatsApp. We have 7 groups on different niches. And I've got 6 courses, and plus I'm adding more and more to it. Last night we done a business network thing where business owners all hopped on and we helped each other working through our businesses and giving each other tips and advice and sharing our experience. Really, really good stuff. Anyway, I'm going to nip in here and get a coffee before I go and meet my client. Hope you guys have a super day. Thanks for being here. Remember, the market will be ripping, and all the coulda, woulda, shouldas will be wishing they did. And they only like to buy Bitcoin when the price is high, and that's why they don't get to retire early and they have to slug it away. I hope you're not one of them. Make your moves. Be smart. Dinny out, guys. Thanks for being here. Share this video.